Warning: the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. Content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Welcome to Everything Yet Nothin. Here's a hillbilly and eyeshadow who's looking fabulous and talking about anything yet something. Get ready to chew on a blade of sweet grass and talk about a variety of LGBTQ topics to the lifestyle of a gay hillbilly. Watch out, folks. These hills don't just got eyes. They got themselves a podcast. Now, here's T-Roy.
Hey, welcome. Having a little bit of difficulties here. Let me see if I can fix this real soon, like. Well, there you are. I thought she was playing hide and seek with me or something. I was like, oh my God, where'd you go? Well, welcome to the show today. Everything Yet Nothin. Today we have some WLFE-DB family going to be on here talking about their awesome, fabulous, totally out of sight, and totally tubular shows. And I know that says a lot, but they're really awesome, and I just love them. So I had to find everything in the ozone to freaking fill everything that they cover and how good they are.
So we have some returning guests.
Yes, returning guest,
which you've met before, and we have some new family members.
Yes,
and we're going to talk about their shows as well.
Can't wait. So first off, my week was okay, I guess. I mean, it's been really exciting because my next guest on here is a country artist, and I'm really excited to have him on here next Thursday, and it's just going to be really awesome. And you like messing with the show and messing with everything that I have to go through with this show. I actually kind of like it. Like, a lot of people say that it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and it's really time consuming, but I find it really fulfilling within myself to actually go in and, put things together and find people to bring on and, just really enjoy the people that I talk to, because I've had some really awesome people that I've talked to. I haven't ran into any asses yet, but, it'll come in time. But it's been really awesome this week, and I hope y'all's week's been pretty awesome yourselves. First off, we're going to bring out the authors.
Meet the authors.
Hi, everybody.
Hi there.
And Joan, hello.
Hello.
You're still muted.
Ah.
Well, I have to figure this out.
No.
Nope. No, there. Muted.
So what's up? All right.
So can
you hear us?
We can hear you.
Fine,
can you hear us?
We can't hear you. No.
That's odd.
All right. So, there's some technical difficulties going on here.
Welcome to Stream.
So let's figure this out, and then
Genevieve can hear us.
Well, it was just working. We was all gabbing in the back and everything, and now we're just gonna have to go through this because it's just part of the show.
Tom can hear us.
Everybody can hear us, so
we will figure something out.
Obviously, T-Roy cannot hear us.
Nope. We can hold up a sign.
The cross can hear us.
Hello?
There you go.
Hey, I can hear you on Facebook perfectly fine. So
what the hell? Really? We can't hear them. Okay.
Well, we're not talking.
So, if Yins would go ahead and talk about your show, tell us what you're in, and
okay. So when you see our mouths moving, that means we're talking.
I'm Rob.
I'm Joe.
That's lagging.
We have a show called Meet the Authors, and we have different authors on every week. We're on Wednesdays from 7 to 8. We've only had 5 shows so far. We're having a lot of fun doing it. I hope that the audience is having a lot of fun watching it and commenting. We love comments and from the audience. We love questions from the audience. We love them letting us know that they're there and saying,
Yes, that is so much fun.
Yeah, the audience participation is really
it's
important.
really
Yeah.
key. And I just want to encourage everybody in the audience to go ahead and say whatever they want to say. And so far, we've had really different and interesting authors every week. And it's surprising to me how different and special each person is. They've all had a different background. And like last night, we had on a guy who ran away from home when he was 12, became a bullfighter when he was 14.
For 8 years.
He then he went to Africa and worked with John Wayne as a rhino wrangler, and then became John Wayne's assistant. Then what did he do after that?
Went to South America or something, or
Yeah.
Honduras.
He went to Honduras, and he lived in Peru. He did a lot of really interesting things, and he's been an author for some years now, and he's also, one of his books is going to be a TV series. It's about a siren. It's called Siren Song, and it's the last siren left in the world. And that sounds really interesting. And then the other person that was on, this was really exciting to me because this is where my heart is, was an Indigenous person from Canada. She actually was Métis, which means she's mixed Indigenous and European. And she has led a very fascinating life too. And it was just really fun, right?
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, we're having a great time doing it. We've had 5 episodes so far. We've got episode 6 coming up next week. We've got Cindy Wolf, who's a multi-award-winning historical romance author.
Mm-hmm.
A USA Today best-selling author,
Yeah,
Linda Watkins, is going to be on as well. And she writes modern Gothic horror.
Mm-hmm.
So her books are pretty interesting too.
And we've known Linda for years. We've visited her.
Yeah.
She lives in Sedona, Arizona. I'm so jealous because that is beautiful out there. I don't know if you know anything about Sedona, but it has full of vortexes and energy, and it's amazing. And Linda lives there all the time.
Yeah.
No wonder she's a USA best-selling author.
She can afford to live there. So.
Right.
It's a pretty expensive place. Yeah, we're really enjoying it so far. And
Now, can you hear us, Leroy?
have you been able to hear us? No? Okay. Okay. That's cool.
We've got a little time lag going on here, I think.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
In the background. Okay.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Sorry about the lag, guys. So, what we're going to do real quick is we're going to head out of here. I want you to go ahead and talk about what you've got coming up, and I'm going to click out and click back in.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Ted said that will fix it.
Yeah.
So
We'll be right back. You
Be
just
right
go
back.
ahead and
All right.
talk.
All right. We'll just hang here and talk. If you know me, I could talk forever, so it
so
doesn't
sorry
matter.
about this.
Sorry.
No problem.
So we're actually booked all the way through July right at this
Up
point.
to July.
Yeah. Well, into July.
Yeah.
And a
That's true.
lot of interesting combinations of different genres. And then coming up in July, hopefully we'll have the two
MUFON guys.
that were on the
TED
Show the other
Parrot
night.
Talk Radio. They were so interesting. And so we emailed them yesterday.
Yeah.
We bought their book immediately after they were on TED Show because I couldn't wait to read it. What's it called? Alien Abduction Contact? Contact something.
Contact something.
I don't remember.
But it looks really good.
And we get that book on Friday. And hopefully they'll be able to have time to come on our show.
I'll get it.
We also run a indie author book promotion site, indiebooksource.com.
Yep.
And where we promote almost 100 authors currently and all their books.
And we write books.
Yes, we do.
Whoops.
Whoop.
There we go.
Can we see them?
Yeah.
There's Biocram. It's the O'Rourke series. It's a mystery series.
Flash Zombies.
Flash Zombies.
Awesome.
Clone Drones.
All available on Amazon. Or you go to indiebooksource.com and you can find them there.
Yep. And Ted's books are on there, and Dominic's books are on there.
Yep.
And a lot of other people's books are on there. And also, we're paranormal investigators.
That is so cool. Like, oh my gosh, yeah. And Yunzer, how long have Yunz been doing that?
Paranormal investigating?
Yes.
Oh, we've been doing that for a long time. I mean, over 40 years.
Oh, nice. Do you do it everywhere or just right there where Yunzer? Okay.
Well, we belong to a team in Tampa. It's called Tampa Bay Spirits. You can find it on Tampa Bay Spirits Facebook. And that we do people's residences locally around us, okay?
Tampa
But
Bay area.
the Tampa Bay, Florida area. But the team also, we go out and visit other places and investigate, places that we want to investigate. Like the team's been to the Valeska murder house and all that kind of stuff,
Clay County Jail.
We did Clay County Jail this last October. Yeah, Clay County Jail was really interesting. We did the courthouse in the jail, and we've done St. Augustine's Lighthouse a number of times. Quite a few times. We've gone to Schloss Furnace in Birmingham, but they don't let people come in there and investigate anymore, and it's really too bad.
Too bad, because it's really haunted.
It's really haunted. We've seen a lot there. I saw an apparition of a little girl who drowned in a creek that runs through there, and she probably popped in and out for a good 45 minutes. It was amazing. And
so I bet that was.
What's the scariest experience? I'll tell you, this is so funny because it's usually, if people think things are scary or freaky, I go running in going, yippee.
You go towards it.
I know. That's me. I'm like, I don't care if I pee myself or not, as long as it's like that.
But the scariest thing that ever happened to me was I was home alone, all right? And a man right in my ear
wasn't me
said, Joe. It freaked me out. I mean, I probably jumped a mile. And I said, stop. Do not do that again. I don't want you to talk to me. Wait until there's somebody else here. Yeah, that scared me.
Yeah.
But there have been other, scary stuff where doors have been slammed and you don't expect it. And he's been
more startling than
he's been tugged on, and
I had my pants leg pulled.
And our daughter went with our daughter went
so
with
have you ever brought anything home with you?
I was getting ready to ask that.
Yeah. We brought an entity from Puerto Rico. Came home with us from a dungeon in San Juan, and stayed in our
Oh,
house
wow.
for 6 months, and they're constantly shaking the bed and
Going in and out of the front door,
yeah,
the screen
I
door.
mean, people would be visiting us and the door would open and close, and they'd go, "Did somebody just come in?" And we'd go, "No."
No, that's just our.
But he
the
stayed
captain.
for about 6 months before we convinced him that he needed to either move on or go back to San Juan.
Or start paying rent.
How did you convince him? What'd you do to get rid of him?
Well, I had a conversation with him. You know, I told him what had happened was there's this dungeon in San Marcos, that there's a fort there in San Juan. It's beautiful. And he was in a dungeon for 22 years. And there were all different kinds of prisoners coming and going at that time. And they would all die. They'd die of dysentery. They'd die of yellow fever. They'd die of malaria. And they are pretty sure, was either a captain or a navigator on a ship, because he left paintings on the wall. And he drew maps of Florida. And they said only a captain or a navigator could do that. So we were in the dungeon, and I said to him, as a leader, it must have been very difficult for you to watch all of these people die and not be able to help them. And I said, I'm really sorry that happened to you. And I think that because I said that, he attached himself, because it was like, okay, somebody sees me and hears me and understands that I was innocent and that I went through all that. What do we do with the evidence we find?
Yes.
All right, so we keep all of the evidence that we find. We record everything that we can. We videotape everything we can. We probably have 12 different IR cameras that we use when we do an investigation. And a number of the people on our team are sensitives. And so whatever we're feeling or seeing, we write that down and we keep a log of that. And we do EVPs. And so all of the EVPs we put on files, and we keep all of that. So anyway, that's back to the captain. I believe that's why he followed us home. And so then,
yeah,
when my daughter-in-law and son and their kids had moved in with us for a while, and it really made her nervous. It didn't bother us, but she said, I just can't handle it, because he would knock on walls and stuff like that. So I just told him that that I would tell everybody that I could about him. His story would be told, and that he could rest easy now. And there was no reason for him to stay, that he could pass on, that he
that's
could
awesome.
head over into the light. And it took 3 different conversations, but the 3rd time he went.
He's gone.
Yeah. So I'm hoping he's living his good life on the other side now. That's what I hope.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So we have a question about St. Augustine Lighthouse. Tony says, what did you find out about the St. Augustine Lighthouse? And Mom Patricia, I am not going to try to say that name. I always mess it up.
Yes.
Did you feel?
We had a long conversation with one of the old lighthouse keepers named Pete.
Yeah.
With flashlights. You set up the flashlights, if you're familiar with that. You turn the flashlight on, and then you loosen the end of it so that it just barely goes off. And then you set them down, and then you start talking and asking them yes or no, turn on the flashlight. And then he started doing it, answering questions on command, in response to our questions. And turning them off and everything. Actually a crowd gathered behind us while we were doing this, because we were just doing this on our own as a family. And it went on for about a half an hour or something like that.
Almost an hour.
Close to an hour. Yeah, half hour to an hour.
So we had that on video and on EVP, and actually we have like a 1-minute section of that let me see which website, on carternovels.com.
Yeah, carternovels.com.
There's a paranormal corner, and if you want to see that, you can see that in there. Also, I think we might also have
Gettysburg.
a Gettysburg little section in there too, if people want to watch
the hanging tree.
The hanging tree, yeah.
No, but I would love to go there.
I'd like to go there. We've been there, but we never investigated. And we did go to the cemetery, and we went to see, you know who I'm talking about. The witch, the voodoo queen.
Voodoo queen.
Marie. Yeah. Oh, can't remember her name. Went to her, where people still leave things. Laveau. Thank you, Genevieve. I knew Genevieve would know. People still leave her offerings and everything, and that's and you can feel the energy there. There's no doubt about it. But that's the same question we just answered. And
well, to go over it again.
I didn't click on it again. Well, like I said, it's lagging tonight, so it must be the weather. It's kind of rainy around here, and living out and off of the internet grid some, you don't really get much.
Yeah.
So Genevieve said, Levu, we'll have to have her tell us how to pronounce those words. I barely do, let alone
Marie Laveau.
Mm-hmm.
Laveau.
Yeah.
Right. So here's the one that I click on. This is from Nikki Jacobs again, asking about the evidence.
No, Nikki, we just keep it. For when we do an investigation with private residences
for a client,
then we do give them the evidence.
Right.
Okay, all the evidence that we have. So they have it, but we keep all the evidence and we don't publish it. No, there's no place to publish it. And a lot of the things that we get that are in private residences, we wouldn't publish unless they wanted us to publish it.
Right.
Because, that's their private stuff, their home and their spirits.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for joining us. We know you've got some other things to do, so we will let you get off of here. And thank you for holding down the show while we were having the technical difficulties. That's about family, right? Tell us how to find you.
Tell us how to find you and where to get a hold of you if anybody's interested.
Okay, that would be indiebooksource.com is our book promotion, and it's an internet bookstore, basically. You could reach us through there, carternovels.com also. And we're on every Wednesday night, Meet the Author podcast at 7:00 Eastern time every Wednesday.
So you can find us at Meet the Author podcast on Facebook.
On the Facebook page too, right?
And we also, where we have a Meet the Author podcast YouTube channel.
Right.
And we have 3 Twitter accounts. One is Joan Carter, and one is, what do you sign yourself on as?
R Carter 6, I think.
R Carter 6.
You're JP.
I'm JP Carter on Twitter. And there's Indie Book Source on Twitter. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Instagram.
We're all over the place.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
Indiebooksource.com has all the social media down at the bottom. So all the links. All
of our links. So, but most importantly,
and on
the author podcast on WLFE-DB.com. You can see us on TV on the variety one. It's scary. I watch my.
We do have one more question for you.
No, Nikki.
Nikki said regarding private rent.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. All right,
All right, well,
guys.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
for
Thank you for having us. Thank you for
Have a
giving us
wonderful
the
night.
opportunity.
You
You
too.
too.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming. Again,
Yes,
thank you for
thank
holding
you.
down the show.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Bye,
now we'll
everybody.
bring in Genevieve.
Bye
Darn internet. There we go.
bye. And next we have Genevieve from Creepy Parlor.
That is the appropriate
girl.
reaction. Thank you. Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well.
I'm loving the
Awesome.
glasses.
Oh, thanks. I'm having a little bit of a headache.
Fabulous, girl. Fabulous.
Thanks.
So, tell us about the Creepy Parlor.
This show is, I feel like it's my baby. So we talk about dark, macabre, creepy, gothic things, but we keep it really fun and entertaining, I think. So far, I've been so lucky. The people that have been on the show have either been very good friends of mine or they've become friends. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. A little bit dark. You get into some little creepy topics, but definitely a lot of fun. And it really is sort of like a reflection of who I am. And I think that that's one of the really fun things about having a show is that it like becomes, it shows off who you are,
Yes, totally.
And I noticed from your last show the variety of goth, I guess you could say, because the guy that you had on there did not look goth at all. What I would expect a goth person to look like. It's kind of cute.
He was
but
fantastic.
he was all in his button-down shirt and like bright colors in the background, and
it's a mindset.
I was going to comment on that. And I was like, I better not.
Well, for some of us, we wear it on the outside, and some of us we keep it inside. I'm definitely all out there. You see all my creepy stuff behind me. But it's definitely a personal thing.
And that's what I liked about it, because I tell people all the time, don't let my bright colors fool you. I have a dark side.
The dark side is the best side.
Right?
It is. Yes.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi,
Cindy
Cindy.
says hi.
I saw that. Can I answer a question that was meant for Robin Joan? Is that acceptable?
Yes, please,
go
because
ahead.
I was going to hit back to a question on there and I forgot
There is a question
Yes.
from Eric Henriksen that says, what are your thoughts on what happened to the girl in the elevator at the Cecil Hotel? I have a lot of thoughts on that. And my sister and I did a show on that a couple weeks ago. I honestly think that the Cecil is incredibly haunted. But I think in her case, I really believe that she had some kind of episode that was triggered potentially by the ghosts in that place. And I think that she was trying to escape from whatever was chasing, whatever she either was being chased by or that she thought she was being chased by.
So can you elaborate on what he is talking about? Because I don't know what y'all are talking about.
You don't know the story? Oh my goodness.
I don't know the story.
So a couple years ago, there was there's the Cecil Hotel is in LA, and it's this absolutely beautifully grand hotel, but it's also located in Skid Row. So it's in a really bad area. Part of the Cecil was long-term housing for people, for homeless people and things like that. So there was a lot of really interesting, weird things that happened at the Cecil. This young woman from Canada, Elisa Lamb, went on vacation and she stayed at the Cecil Hotel. And there were a lot of really sketchy things that happened there. Infamous serial killer Richard Ramirez lived there for a while. Like there was a lot of like really bizarre energy at the Cecil. So she goes missing. 19 days later, the guests are complaining that there is a really bad taste in the water, and the water is discolored.
On Netflix.
So, yeah, it is on Netflix. So one of the facilities guys goes up to the roof, and they have these big water tanks on the roof, and finds her body in the tank. And
Oh my
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was horrific. It was absolutely horrific.
Oh my.
But the video that he's referring to is there's a video of her getting into an elevator, and she's looking like really hyper vigilant, and it looks like she's trying to escape from somebody. Like she keeps looking out the elevator door. I'll send you guys the YouTube video. I'll send you all my notes.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting place. My husband and I went to LA a few years ago, and we stopped at the Cecil because you have to if you're creepy. Stop at the Cecil. The hotel itself is incredibly beautiful. And I just saw a comment too that from Tony, it sounds like the hotel in American Horror Story, and that's what the hotel in American Horror Story is based on. That's my.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's my whole spiel about the Cecil.
Like when you started talking about, that's exactly where my brain went. And I love American Horror Story.
Yeah.
So the beauty about this show is it's called Everything Yet Nothing, and even in the introduction, it says you never know where it's going to go. So I am going to go ahead and bring Cindy out for a minute because she said that she wanted to comment on this as well.
Yes.
And so we're just going to have a discussion. Is that okay, Genevieve?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, here she comes. This is Cindy, Psychic Cindy.
Hello.
What's up?
Genevieve, I love those daggum glasses. They are beautiful. Why don't you wear your glasses more? They're beautiful. Listen, it's a whole vibe you got going on. The cat eye glasses, lipstick. Okay. And listen, you guys are adorable and gorgeous. Hi, Dom.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Tom Nelly.
What's happening?
So, Cindy, what do you think about Elisa?
So I did watch it, and my daughter and I had so many big discussions because she was more like with you, Genevieve, and Jessica is a lot like me. Obviously, she's got psychic abilities as well. This is the thing is, before I even knew that she had any kind. So one of the things as a psychic medium that I do, it's very difficult for me to watch shows.
It's hard, yeah.
Because I literally get downloaded with information. And it doesn't matter. Right. I love crime drama TV, and I usually already know stuff before they say it. So I was downloaded with information about this. And one of the things that I picked up immediately was I really felt mental illness.
Yeah.
I really felt like I was having, because it makes me feel like it's happening to me when it's going on.
Yeah.
And I literally felt like I was having like a schizophrenic, paranoid, delusional state. Yeah. I literally was like seeing so much stuff. And then it was crazy because as I'm watching the Netflix, because I didn't really remember this. This was literally an international, like huge drama thing because she was from Canada and she was on vacation in California when this happened. And so it was very scary as I'm watching it because I had no idea about it. And I was having these feelings of delusion and paranoia, and I was literally out of my skin. It made me want to stop watching it several times.
It was hard to watch.
It really was. Now, the Cecil is incredibly haunted.
Oh, yeah.
It's just me watching it from the TV, knowing that it's immensely haunted.
You stand in front of it, it will knock you over.
It made me physically ill.
Oh, wow.
And as they were on different levels, I'm like, please don't go up there. Please don't go up there. Please don't go up there. I literally was physically sick. As you get higher in these
altitudes.
Yeah, these levels, these what do you call it? Stories, whatever, you know. Oh my gosh, it just made me nauseous and sicker, and I'm just like, stop doing it.
So do you think it was a psychotic break for her? I personally think that it was a psychotic break brought on by the hauntings at the hotel.
That would not surprise me at all. But this is the thing is, I feel like she had already been in a state in space, and she was definitely not ready. Because I think at the end is when they finally tell you that her sister tells them that she had already been in space where she wasn't taking her meds. So before she left, she already wasn't taking her meds. And they say that she's bipolar or manic depressive. The old terminology is bipolar, new terminology is manic depressive. However, I felt that, and they even verified it because they were saying that she was delusional at times as well. So the thing is, with a girl that's not taking her meds and already, so when there's mental illness,
vulnerable to that.
Totally, absolutely vulnerable. She was not prepared to be in that place and with that kind of energy. And I really do feel like she probably was busted wide open.
Yeah, I
and she already had mental illness things going on. And then with all of the crazy shit that happens there, like paranormally, this girl had no goddamn chance in hell to escape.
Yeah. Is there a 51-50 with that though? Like honestly, like is there a separate story? Like I know that there's other people coming in and we got to get to what we got to do, but like I appreciate Genevieve's story with what she did. What's up? Well, hi. It's almost like I haven't seen you, but and I see people in here comment, and I want to say hi to a lot of people. There's Tom in here. There's definite, but no, on a 51-50 level, is there a possibility that it was human made and really good editing? Robert White, what's up, brother?
What do you mean for what? For the video?
Yeah.
No, the video. So when you break down the video, there are parts and people are like, "Oh my God, did you
like
see that other
conspiracy?"
So they have like all these huge conspiracy, and in one part of the video, they're like, "Did you see the other foot?" That's not another foot. That's her foot. When she turns, it is literally the back of her shoe.
Yeah.
And they are like, "Oh my God, it's that person." No, you crazy loon. Stop trying to make it bigger than it is. It's just her. She literally is seeing shit though. It's just her mental illness and the paranormal, like hitting like a brick wall. It's definitely
heartbreaking.
it was absolutely heartbreaking watching this girl because she really is in fear. She's really like on high alert. She's really, like, so everything that she's seeing, she thinks is real. So now number one, you have paranoid delusions that she's having, and then paranormal stuff. And because she's already got this space where her mind is open, now you've cracked it wide open, and she's now just having everything come in, and she can't tell real from illusion.
Can you put that comment back up real quick that Ted said about because I come from a film world. The video, the incident was real. Okay, so
the incident was very real. I mean, you can see it, but she
from the hotel.
Well, I come from a world of clicks where you're taught like all right, so I'll ruin everyone's movie experience right now.
No,
so even commercials.
No.
So you just do this.
Don't do it.
There was no clicks in that video, so there's no editing point. So if you see like
there wasn't.
Yep. So if now when everyone watches a movie, they're gonna do this, like click, click, click. Look at all the edits.
I went down a rabbit hole. I'm sorry.
Right down the hole.
But the thing is one of the things is because the elevator door does not shut. Yeah. They're like, "Oh my God, there's something crazy."
It's an old building.
What's that?
It's an old building.
It is. But they even go on to explain that because she literally just goes down and presses these, and she's waiting for the door to shut. But however, they prove it later on that last button that she hits actually is a hold button. It keeps the door open for 2 minutes, more than 2 minutes, and then it finally shuts, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, was that paranormal?" And no, it was a button open. No. So there are creepy things that happen there, and I personally could see shit as this. So yes, I know that there was stuff going on.
At 10:39 tonight, Eastern Time. See, right. Welcome to the paranormal.
Welcome to the creepy parlor.
What did
So
you say,
we
Jen?
gotta get back to the creepy parlor.
So-
Eric started a whole conversation.
I
Yes.
know.
But really
I
quick,
can't help it.
Cindy, would you tell us about your show? Cindy's
My
our
show.
psychic.
Yes, I
One
am
of them.
a psychic
One of them.
medium. I have my own podcast. I do tarot Tuesdays on my stuff, but on the WLFE-DB.com, I do my Justin D podcast. And so we talk about anything crazy, spiritual, mundane, everything. It's basically spiritual from the perspective of just a normal human being, you know, rather than like, I am the said guru and you have to do it my way. No. So I'm like, listen, let's bring this down to our level and go, okay, this is what I've learned. And maybe it can help you a little bit, right? Because I was a single mom as I was going through my spiritual stuff, right? And so I didn't have the money to go to trainings, and I didn't even get trained on how to be a psychic or how to be a medium. I had to learn that crap on my own, and let me tell you, it wasn't easy, and I went through a lot of crazy stuff. And so if I can help make it easy for somebody that was in the same circumstance that I was in, then I hope to do that, right? Just by things that I've learned along the way, where they don't need to have to go pay for $250. You can take my course and I'll teach you how to be a psychic medium. You're welcome. I didn't have that. I couldn't afford it when I was learning. So I want to be able to help other people be able to do stuff where they can hopefully learn things and just accept themselves and grow with themselves and allow, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool. So tune in to WLFE-DB.com
That's right.
and look up Psychic Cindy
That's right.
and watch her show.
I'm literally right before these beautiful guys. I'm at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 to 10 p.m. Yeah.
Awesome. And,
Oh,
all right. We are going to remove you. And if you want to stay in back, that's cool. We'll bring you back out here in a little bit.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
You're clicking on the wrong.
No, right? Haha, just kidding.
All right, back to Genevieve. Hey, Dom. Sorry, I wasn't trying to forget your brother.
Oh, he was.
What?
Oh, no,
No,
he
it
ain't
was
going to leave my
funny.
brother out.
That's what the Cecil Hotel does.
Right? Now I gotta watch it.
Totally.
It's good.
I'll be getting up
I'll
in these
walk you-
contacts or in these comments later and finding what Ted was posting.
Yeah. So.
And you're gonna send it to us, right, Genevieve?
Yes.
I am. I'll walk you. I'll be your support through it.
All right.
Because it.
So Troy is an empath. I was gonna say when Cindy was on here that I can't watch gore movies. I used to love gory
I can't
movies.
either.
And when we first got together,
Not
we
with
watched
me,
Hostel
anyways.
together. Not with him, I
I
can't.
can't.
Because
I
he
just
puts
can't.
himself there, just like Cindy was saying.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
he feels
I
it.
go.
Dude,
I'm like, babe,
eyeball hanging out of this man's like head. And I'm
You've
like,
seen
oh my God! I can feel that, man. I can feel it. It was freaky. I was like, no, I can't do it. Hell no.
so yeah, I don't get to watch those kind of movies anymore. Luckily, we both like, scary movies that have to do with the paranormal. So
Yes.
that's
my-
what scares
my
us
favorite.
more. Anyway, because, like, I'm not worried about going to some place
Yeah.
and wherever whatever that was, because I'm not going there.
Yeah.
But spirits and all that stuff, that can come here. So I can get possessed. That stuff's real. Not so
true.
it's gonna kill me.
So, Genevieve, you and Mr. Dom have shows together, right?
I will let Dom take the lead on that since I'm the co-pilot.
Dom, you and Genevieve have
actually,
a show, right?
Meeting Genevieve, I don't know. It's not even been a year yet. It's been organic. Straight up, she's my sister. And we got to a point where we wanted to work together, build her shows, build other shows as well. Do Real Talk with Dom. I tried to stray a little bit to do my show away from her, and then to just let her fly. And we both kind of talked. I know it happened one time, and we just said it felt weird. Genevieve and Real Talk with Dom are one, and we move forward with it. We are variety as we go.
Would you say you both kind of right?
What's that?
Talked. I said, what'd you say? You both kind of talked.
Yeah, the next day. The next day.
He went there.
Yeah, no. It was just one of those things where it's like I wouldn't
comment.
I Genevieve and I, when we go on a Monday night, like we talk all the time, and I wouldn't do it without her. And the Creepy Parlor is amazing, and it's straight up like it's she's my sister, and I have a good time on a Monday night, hang with her. Whether my show is chaos, my show is rather chaotic all the time.
Not
but we have interview shows as well too, as far as where we're calm, but there's days that we have to be more chaotic, and I have fun with those as well. There we go. See, I do have 2 books, by the way. We do this in a way, and Tom that was in here like talked. I can see that right there. Comments are coming in left and right. Robin, Joan, Carter, I appreciate you guys. They push my books everywhere. Anyway, what we are is variety. We have a lot of upcoming things. When it comes down to these shows, no one understands how much work you really truly put into it. And the anxiety and depression it may take from you, which make you seem like a bad person in the backgrounds. But then you have to host these shows up front, right and center.
Well, I think some of it too is it's not as much as my show and being on Real Talk with Dom are a reflection of who I am. You also are kind of like putting yourself. You're almost like a character.
You
have to act a little bit sometimes, and you have to like get into that persona to be the host.
Yep. And Genevieve, I talked to you about this in the backgrounds too, where it's like you and I at first, you know, we because you started the haunted happy hours, you have the Jersey Shore ghost tours and stuff like that, of course, and that's how we met. But we just built a foundation from there, which was great. Now, you know, that's where you and I built a relationship where it's like we're bouncing back and forth together as far as like how to interview people and events and stuff like that. And everything that you and I have coming up, you and I have started the one that's coming up. If everyone goes over to WLFE, WLFE-DB, you will see that you and I have created the Save a Fox Corporation, and we'll check that out. That's one of the next shows coming up. It's a big one, so everyone go in there and check it out. But you and I work together so well. I know, I'm excited. There's going to be foxes everywhere. You and I just bounced together, and I appreciate you as you're no longer co-pilot. You are a part of the veins of the structure of what we're building.
Thanks. I love doing it. It's so much fun. It's so different. I love you. It's so different from what I'm doing.
I know we do. You are a little bit frozen, but that's fine. We'll just go through it. Look, I'm fired again. I got fired twice in the show by Ted.
No,
if everyone's reading the comments, look at this. Dom,
Dom, you're not fired. You got fired and rehired. You're not fired. You're an interviewer. It's work.
Yeah. I love all these. I love everyone coming in.
He's like, oh shit, he's an interviewer. Yeah, I'm bringing him back on.
I get fired, I get hired. I get fired, I get hired, and it's a fun process because I really enjoy this.
It really is fun. I mean, as much work as it is, and how much work we put into it, it really is fun.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Like, I love it.
All right, so you kind of did a little teaser of the Fox show. Now everyone's talking about the Foxes. And she's excited for the Fox show too.
Well, that's the thing with the Foxes and stuff like that. Robin, I know, I love it. You know, it's a thing that's so true. Oh, my mom, you know, she's in the next room. I want to throw a rock through a wall if I could.
You leave our mother alone.
And she's your number one supporter.
I know.
She says
She loves
that she
you.
didn't
She
know
actually
she
loves
was
you guys.
Family.
Does she not know that she has more than just 2 children? Like, she's
I know.
mama too.
WLFE
Alright.
family
She
now.
loves this entire
Part
organization.
of the whole family.
Also, like many
Okay,
come in.
Don, so how do we
Yeah.
say your name? Your last
Yeah,
name.
your last name. How do we say it?
Santacero.
Santacero. I told you.
You don't have any like anything in there?
If you were overseas, it'd be Santacero, but it's Santacero here.
Okay, because that's how I was wanting to say it. It's something like Santacero.
You both were
Because,
right.
like,
You both were right.
sometimes I want to be a white Hispanic guy, but I'm not. Like, my life goal when I was a teenager was to save up $100,000 and move to Mexico City because I was like, I'm going to be a millionaire there.
Well,
and
this
learn
is
Spanish.
Italian, though, by the way.
Well, it's all Latin, baby.
I know.
I mean, if you can speak Italian or Italian or Spanish, you can understand French. So I mean,
No,
it's all the same.
Truly.
Somewhat.
Look, see everyone's saying in here, Patricia, we love you too. They were all showing love to my mom. Tom Nally is saying left. I don't know what that is. Left my ass off, I guess. I'm not good because they did a D&D thing on my Monday birthday show. I had no idea what any of that meant. I'm just sitting here like, what?
Yeah, that kind of got away from me. I tried to bring that back, but
I truly want to say thank you for everyone who tunes in to all of the hosts and just supports, man. You know, that's really what it comes down to. Straight up.
Yes, and like and share everyone's shows. I mean, WLFE-DB.com has a lot of good content. We're on stream now, and so we have LGBTQ and friends, have paranormal. What's the paranormal channel on stream?
View.
Yours now.
Thank
Yeah,
you. I know.
Thanks,
man.
As the card.
I put it all on WLFE-DB.com. So, or I get the notifications for you all. So, I mean, let's be honest. I just catch it on there on Facebook. I'm like, oh, I gotta watch. So,
I know, T-Ray, you were so cute. You were so cute the other day.
What, Genevieve?
Oh, you guys were so cute the other day. You're like, we're late. I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay, guys. It's okay.
I know. Oh my gosh, that freaked me out. Like, we were driving, and then I got the YouTube because my YouTube notifications go off 30 minutes early, and then I was like, I gotta watch Genevieve. And Troy was driving, and he was like, okay. And then I just couldn't find you. Like, I went on everywhere, and I was like, what? And this like, time change got me all messed up, and I'm just like, oh wait. and then I caught the show.
I appreciate it, guys. I always see you. Sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to break into comments because I get like into really deep conversations with my guests. But I always see you guys, and I love it. Thank you so much.
No problem. Yeah. Anytime. Like, we love watching y'all's show. Just not even for just support, but to just be watching it because it's a pretty awesome show. I like it.
Well,
did
guys,
T-Roy see his video?
There's times I can jump on a show, like, or if I'm not in the mood or something like that, I'll always like share and follow and just share it out to my friends so my friends could check it out. Like, it's just what I do as far as being Dom as a person. Like, if I'm not there the entire time, I share and follow no matter what.
Same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the beauty of these podcasts is you can catch them on the network if you don't catch them live. So and they're on YouTube, Spotify,
and stream.
We gotta get to a commercial. Mm-hmm. Yeah, stream.
Yeah, I think you guys are on live TV tonight, right? Aren't we live TV? What's happening, world?
What's up, Derek?
This is me. Oh, we don't have the rights to that. We better be quiet. I wanted them to call the human jukebox. I've been calling iPod for old people. That was my 15-year-old when I was 25. Just saying. All right, we better get
You
to the
bet.
commercial. We'll talk in a minute.
Yeah, commercial it up.
Commercial.
2021 just got better. Your favorite shows from WLFE-DB Radio can now be found on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Yes, we now video stream to both of those platforms. Search for your favorite shows like Where's My Sage, Inside the Drag Closet, Across the Pond, Everythin Yet Nothin, Paratalk Radio, Step into the Paranormal, The Creepy Parlor, Just Cindy, and more. Now you won't miss an episode. Remember, follow Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Make sure you subscribe and follow your favorite WLFE-DB radio shows. This award-winning thriller has it all. Murder, political intrigue, mob revenge, and a bit of romance. Not to mention strong female and male characters with a storyline that could be tomorrow's headline news. Now for a quick peek into our story. To help solving a nationwide plot involving the assassination of several U.S. senators, the O'Rourke team is called in. To complicate matters, they now have to work against the clock to rescue one of their own. You see, the mob didn't take too kindly to the O'Rourke team's involvement last spring. It seems to have led to the indictment of their boss. Will they succeed? You're listening to WLFE-DB Radio. Now, back to our program.
That's awesome. Usually I
Hello.
have bits of that in the beginning of my show.
Oh, really?
It's usually one of 6
I know,
commercials.
I get in trouble all the time. Like, hey, your commercial is too long. I just play them all. Usually everything. But yeah, support everyone here. WLFED-DB. It's so hard to say when I first jumped onto this company. It's like WLFE-DB. WLFE-DB.
WLFE-DB.com.
That dash just put a friggin' damper in it.
WLFE-DB. I did it again.
Absolutely go like, share the page. If you're watching on my end or anyone here, always go like, share, and follow that page no matter what. Everything Yet Nothin, Creepy Parlor, and then Real Talk with Dom and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely check it out.
Well, Genevieve, we'll let you get off of here. We know you've got things to do in the morning.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
joining us. We didn't get to talk much about your show.
No.
That's okay.
Yeah, We love having you on here.
Hey, Genevieve,
we can just talk for hours and just be like, whatever.
Genevieve, I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick.
Yes.
Sum your show up in 20 seconds. I know you can do
show
it.
up in 20 seconds. I already did. So I'm the Creepy Parlor. My show is on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on WLFE-DB.com. We talk about all things creepy and fun, and it's a good time.
Love you.
Spooky good time.
It's a good time. Good night, guys.
And
Thank you so much for being
here. Thank you for coming on. I love you.
Thank you for being a real talk with Dom forever.
Thanks for having me, Dom.
Always.
Yes.
All right. So am I kicked off now or what? What are we doing? What do we have here now?
We are going to.
We're going to go to say hi to Tom real quick and then do Rainbow Soul.
All right. Separate entity right here. All right.
Okay, you got 5 minutes.
Go.
Can't hear
Hey, Tom,
Hell.
listen to me. Sound.
you. No sound. Ooh.
Nothing.
Nothing.
What did you do earlier?
Hey.
All right.
Oh.
Pull him out real quick and then bring him back in.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
You gotta love them for days.
Are there?
nothing. And it's so funny.
And Tom's one with all the voice
All right,
buns.
figure that out, Tom.
Hey Tom.
All right.
Okay.
Let him give him a
I'll
second.
have him try
Whatever.
going out and come back in.
But anyway, like,
And
if
that
Tom,
means-
go ahead. Sorry.
Go.
Oh.
Lisa, go ahead.
In the meantime, we're gonna take you out really quick, and then we're gonna bring on Rainbow Cell, and
Absolutely.
then we'll bring
Much love, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
fun.
you. Why keep going up there?
I don't know. Oh shit.
Well, hey,
Hold
Dom,
on.
you're still here. Hi, Cindy. Welcome back. You're going away.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Now I won't get this down. Rainbow
Fun times in Branson,
Cell
Missouri, USA.
with the beautiful people. We have Izzy
Welcome, Izzy.
and Lacrosse.
And welcome, Lacrosse. Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hi,
I'm good, I'm
Rainbow, baby.
Can you
We're
hear me?
doing fantastic. Yeah, I can hear you, Lacrosse.
All
Oh,
right.
it's pretty cold.
Yes, totally. Beautiful.
Oh,
So tell us
my
what y'all show.
Oh, wow. Rainbow Soul is it's basically healing, metaphysical, mystical, all kinds of like anything and everything that has to do with spirituality wrapped up into like one show. So
awesome.
yeah, and it's funny. I'm Jewish, Native American, atheist, and then Izzy is
Well, I made my own path. So although I do follow Wicca, witchcraft, paganism, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're kind of a nice mix. It's like we're going to take a queer perspective. We're going to try to have
Awesome.
queer guests or allies on,
Yes.
spiritual people
Yes.
that are into talking about it, that
Oh my
explore
God.
explore topics like, sacred geometry or different ways to deal with the dead or the different ways to see the divine and, all the different perspectives. Probably won't be a
Love
lot
it.
of Christianity. If you're looking for a lot of Christianity, you probably won't find much of that. You'll find everything else.
Well, definitely have me on your show.
Yeah, so we
Wow.
we were said we were Wiccan forever, and I say I'm pagan now. We say we're pagan now. He still says Wiccan, but like we still follow the Wiccan read to an extent. But sometimes you just want to be like, you know what, mother effer, then we're gonna go, So
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta get a little grace. That's all I'm saying.
And I always say, what really is the difference between Wiccan and pagan? I mean,
Thank you. Thank you.
you
very
know,
much.
I mean, pagan is just a little bit more. It's a little
I
bit
think-
more inclusive, maybe. It's
Right.
a little bit
Yeah,
bigger.
Maybe a little older than Wiccan.
And
Well, I mean, it all
Wicca tends
it's the same
Wicca tends to focus on the male, the he and the she part,
yeah.
the god and goddess, instead of what's in between. Even
Right.
indigenous spirituality honors two spirit.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's,
And I tend to work with Hecate a lot more, and I mean, being from a Christian background, both of us are. He was Southern Baptist, and I was raised Church of Christ.
Southern Baptist.
My grandpa was a preacher, and my whole family's in the church. And my uncle's a preacher now, and so, anyways, I don't know. I do deal with gods, and that's where I mix it up a little bit. That's where I say I'm pagan, because I like Pan and the Green Man, but then again, like I work with Hecate a lot. Like I work with Hecate more. And what I like to say about that is the difference in Christianity and paganism is I don't necessarily worship my gods. I work with my gods as opposed to work for my gods.
Right.
And then some people really can't get that.
What? Really?
Well, I always get the hardest time because I get the hardest time because they're like, you're Jewish and you're atheist. And I'm like, that's not uncommon.
I was actually going to ask you how that works.
No, it's not uncommon.
You're
And even being native.
You're my first.
I feel honored. No, the whole thing is I have the perspective, whether there is a divine or not is irrelevant because I choose my path. So if there is a divine, I think the divine has more important things like putting the universe together and keeping the sun from crashing into us instead of answering my prayers for a lottery ticket. So with that being said, if there is a divine, I'm not saying that there isn't because I have no proof, and I'm not saying that there is because there's no proof. I'm just saying there is a God for those who need it, and there is no God for those who don't. I just don't happen to need it, so I make my own path, and I don't answer to nobody but me. And that makes it.
I like that.
It makes it a little easier for your path because then there's no guilt. There's no, I'm doing the wrong thing. You know, I'm Jewish. I'm automatically guilty, so I don't need help.
Right? You were raised with the guilt.
I'm already guilty, so I'm good.
That's kind of what I write about in my book. This book it's my book, Divine Androgen: Sacred Path for Gender Variant People. That's what I talk about, is that as gender benders, queer people in general, even regular, gay and lesbian people, anyone that's queer, one of the things that we do is question. We question the norm, right? And I think that that's a gift. And that gift is also to be applied to our spirituality, where we question our path, where we question what is the divine. And that's Rainbow Soul right there. That's what we're all about.
I like that. I love the way that you put that.
Love it.
Because that is, I mean, we were questioning ourselves during the whole process of growing up. Mm-hmm. And so of course we're gonna be raised like I said, I was raised Christian. So we're gonna be questioning, well, why. My biggest one was, if he makes no mistakes, why was I made this way if he hates homosexuals? You know, that was my biggest question right there. And the last time that I actually went to church, my dad was the young adults pastor, and he preached against homosexuality. I was 16 and I had recently come out, and his little lesson plan that he said just followed that. It ended up being against homosexuality. So of course, after church, the first thing I said is, how dare you? How dare you do that? And so that was actually the last time I went to church. And I went in vinyl pants and polyester that had dice and fucking like cards and everything all over it, and vinyl shoes to match. So I'll never forget that. 22 years ago, that's the last thing I wore to church.
Was you trying to show you were gay?
I guess so.
Just asking.
I mean, it was tit for tat. That's how my dad and I work, I guess. We go tit for tat a lot. And then he picked up, one of my first Wiccan books was Living Wicca by Scott Cunningham. And he picked that up and he was like, saw the horned god. And he's like, I told you that you were worshiping the devil, the horned god. And I was like, no, Dad. I said, you guys took the horned god and made him into the devil. I said, it has nothing to do with that.
No, and that is one thing I definitely want to do, is clear up a lot of the misconceptions, because understand that Christianity stemmed from Judaism.
Yeah.
There are so many misconceptions. It's not even funny. And every time I end up in a debate with a pastor or a minister, they get very angry, because I'm just like, well, at the end of the day, do you speak Hebrew? Do you understand it? Do you read it? And they're like, well, no, I studied it. Well, that's not what I asked you.
Right.
Do you know what it says? Because it actually has, each letter has 7 levels of understanding. So you're playing with something you have no idea. So you cannot translate Hebrew. It's impossible. So that's where I think a lot of these misconceptions within the church come, because they think, oh, well, I read it, I studied it a little bit, but that's what it says. No, it does not. It actually says about 100 different things, not just one. So I think, you know, when it comes to that, it's very sad that you see that they'll take this and say, oh, because the Bible never even speaks about homosexuality.
Right. I was going to say, I know this is a TikTok reference that I'm about to do, but, you know, I saw on TikTok that you know, there's no word for gay in homosexual, or in Hebrew. Sorry. There's no word for homosexual in Hebrew.
Yep.
I think, and the other interesting thing, I see Cindy brought it up in the chat. All religions stem from paganism. That's mostly true. And the thing is that actually, technically, if you were to ask most indigenous tribes, they would kind of be pagan, because most of them believe in, because the definition of pagan is to believe in more than one God. And so most of them believe in the energies of the four directions, and Father Sky and Mother Earth. And so in general, Christianity is kind of the ultimate cultural appropriator. I'm just going to say it. Every time I think about it, I'm like, wow, they really have gone around to indigenous cultures and like, look at the St. Patrick. You know, we just celebrated St. Patrick's Day, or some of y'all did. I didn't. But you know, you know what he did? You know what he did? I know you did, because you work at an Irish bar. But, you know, but the hilarious part about that is, if you know anything about St. Patrick, what he actually did was go to Ireland. He, by the way, is not from there. He went to Ireland and removed the pagans.
Yeah.
He removed their culture and replaced it with Christianity. Yep. And that is the story again and again and again. And it's like, what? And I mean, really, honestly, Christianity is the height of cultural appropriation around the world, period.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta agree. And these are the touchy subjects that we're going to be touching on Rainbow Soul. The ones that people don't want to touch, the ones that people don't want to really talk about, because if they start talking about it, then they're just, well, no, I was raised like this. This is what I was taught. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Question it. You that's the whole point of our existence, is to question our existence, question everybody else's. So that's the whole point of it. And if that's what we can do with Rainbow Soul,
I just learned that off y'all's show, and your show isn't even here yet. And thank you for that, because I've always celebrated it. My mom was born on that day, and she's always teased with this, and she's a leprechaun and all this and that, you know. But this is
because when she was younger, she had
even had a think idea of anything like that.
When she was younger, she
why they get drunk.
Yeah, no shit. Like, woohoo! Take another one.
I was gonna say, we actually celebrated it as T-Roy's mom's birthday.
Yeah.
I always remember her birthday because it's on St. Patty's Day, but I always remember St. Patty's Day because it's his mom's birthday, and so then I remember to wear green because it's his mom's birthday.
Oh yeah. Where's your green at, honey? Where's your green at? Come here so I can pink dry.
I couldn't find anything green that I wanted to wear that looked decent on me, and so I was like, I'm gonna wear my hat. I have a camo hat, you know, we're the woods in Missouri. So anyways, I have a camo hat. I get grief for wearing it by my lesbian friends because they say that I look like a farmer. And I'm like, okay, well, let's get this right. I am a man first, and then I am gay. Sorry, I was raised this way.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, like, for instance, do you guys know where Easter eggs came from? Why do we dye Easter eggs? Where did that come from? That actually came from Europe.
All the time that came from, like, the fertility festivals. I mean, we just celebrated Ostra. So, you know, that's where the eggs came from. That's where the rabbits came from. And people are like, I used to be like, so Jesus came back, so we're going to hide our eggs? No, it's because it's for fertility. It's celebrating the coming of spring. It's symbolism, you know. Eggs hatch life. Rabbits breed. Like, well, rabbits. So that's why
Have
they're
you-
the symbol of the holiday.
Have you ever heard of Pasanki, which is from the Ukraine, Europe area? It's an old folk art where we use beeswax to decorate our eggs. And it's an old European, it's an old European folk magic so I blew out the egg and then I used, like a special tool, a special European tool. And it's just a piece of wood with a little piece of metal on it. And you scoop up the beeswax when it's hot, you dip it in a candle, and it's very meditative. But it's old
you're
folk
gonna have
art.
to teach me that.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun. This is a art I just picked up for Ostara. I've been working on it through Ostara to try to embrace my European roots, right?
Yeah.
So obviously I'm white. So
And this week I'm eating matzah. That's what I said. And this week I'm eating matzah because it's Passover. Okay, so it's not. There it is.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can stay in the restaurant all forever.
I'm eating cardboard all week, just so you know. No, I'm only kidding. But but I think that's going to be a good thing. We're going to be able to just give so much information and educate people. And like I said, at the end of the day, the LGBTQAI plus community, we are one of the most broken and hurt communities.
Yeah.
We are one of the most damaged. We need the healing more than anybody. And if there is anything we can do to bring healing to the community in all these different ways, because some people have been hurt by Judaism, some people have been hurt by Christianity, and they need other outlets that they can turn to where they don't lose their spirituality and find that healing. So
yeah, because I think a lot of queer folks of all, regardless of whether you're trans or queer or gay, what ends up happening is that we start to step on to spirituality, and then you essentially tell us by being ourselves that we're somehow evil or wrong, and Christianity does that. And there's been some others that do too, but I think that wound of telling us that we're somehow evil or wrong because of who we are is a wound that almost all queers carry around.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Oh boy, do I have a lot to say. Boy, do I have a lot to say.
Everybody,
now.
welcome Ted. This is
Hi,
the proprietor of
Hi, Ted.
WLFE-DB
my
Network.
Are we in trouble? Did we get fired?
He's
before
the
we
man
got
behind
started?
the scenes. He does it all, and he's the reason that we can all be here. Hey, Teddy.
Hi, Kev. You guys are so far not in trouble. I just want to reach through the screen and hug and kiss you. That's how much you're not in trouble. I'm also in the LGBTQ blah 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 because there's too many of them. But you
are.
Shut up, T-Roy.
Really, really,
Teddy. Did you see? Hey, really? Did you see your video that I created for you?
No.
Well, it's on Kevin's phone. It's on Kevin's phone. I sent it to him. But anyways,
no,
okay,
it's not on my phone.
Well, I just want to say that this is, minus Jade and all the other girls that from inside the drag closet. I mean, this is essentially the LGBTQ Friends TV channel right here. Other than them, that's all that's missing. And this is
drag closet and across the pond.
Yeah, and across the pond. So that this is something that I've always wanted to do. Is I've always wanted the opportunity to bring the queer people together and to actually open up doors and make people aware, educate. Because now, first off, I'm a witch. I've been this way. I'm a third generation. I have been this way since the day I can remember. My mom used to fly off the roof of the house with a fucking dressed up as a witch and just jump off we had a trailer. She would jump off the trailer with the broom in her hand. And so we used to be called, my mom was a witch. There was a ton of stuff. I was like, oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Right.
So,
Right.
but all the stuff that like Izzy and Lacrosse were saying is absolutely truthful, very much about the way Christianity is and where it comes from and how it started. And I just want to make reference to you, Kevin, when you were talking about the basically the horns, where that came from. And there's two, to be honest with you, there's two areas in which it stems from. One is when the very first civilization, the very first humans, the way that they went out to catch their food was to basically jump around fires with horns on, because they felt if they had any help from magic, from all these gods to these creatures with horns, that this would help them. And that's one of it. The other part of that is the two horns represent black and white, the sun and the moon, good and bad. True witchcraft is not just white. True witchcraft is good and bad. Yeah. It has to be level, or there is no true magic. There is no true religion, true faith there, because it has to be give or take. That's the way life is. It's give or take. It's one and the other. Salt and pepper, peanut butter and jelly, or peanut butter bananas, whatever you eat. I mean, that's just the way it is. Yeah. No, that's gross. But anyway,
Little Monster. You guys have seen it, right?
Little Monsters? Is that what you just said? Oh, I thought you said peanut butter and onions. I was gonna be like, what?
Yeah, Fred Savage used to eat peanut butter and onions on Little Monsters.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Horrible, man.
That's terrible. But I just wanted to say that while Izzy and Lacrosse were talking, I'm sitting here going, "You go, girl. You go, girl. You go. Keep talking. Keep going." Because the thing is that this is what I want the LGBTQ Friends TV channel to be about. I want to educate. I want people to come out and talk about real issues.
Yeah.
And I want to expose them to parts of our lives and part of the things that they don't see or hear ever. Because if you watch TV, or you even watch like the entertainment shows where they interview people on TV, they don't talk about the real facts or the real issues. They talk about garbage. One thing about hello, Patricia. The one thing about WLFE, and because today I revamped the website a little bit. Hello, Cindy. I said, you know what? WLFE brings content. Even if it's controversial, we are offering that because that's a part of life. I don't care who you are.
Right.
It's not just about rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. It's also about the shit that some of us live through.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm 54 years old, and you've heard me tell this story. My first gay incident to where I was beat up was walking in this small town up to a store, going in to get a drink, coming back out and being beat up and having a brick to my head.
Yeah.
With people standing there pointing and laughing at me, calling me gay.
Right.
All my life, I have done my best to kind of educate people on who I am and what I do. And every time they push and they make statements or they do whatever, I just get brighter.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
exactly.
It.
That's
you
it.
know, I lived in a community where being gay, they fired their mayor because he was gay.
Oh, yeah. From where I'm from, they would do the same shit.
20 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to get political here, but I'm just saying Branson has an election coming up, and we're going to vote for Larry because he is inclusive.
Yes.
We've been going to the paddle wheel for many years, and he has been there welcoming us with open arms.
Right.
Anyway, sorry.
There's
Didn't
no
mean to
race
get political.
within him whatsoever.
No.
You don't see no race. You don't see no
gender. He doesn't see.
Nothing,
he just sees.
He's just welcoming to everyone.
Welcoming to everyone. Yeah, and that's not very much in Branson. If you've seen We're Here Branson edition, check it out because it's true.
Yeah. These people that still sit, and I like to call them dinosaurs, which is wrong, but they sit there and they think the world is not ready for who we are. Well, unfortunately, the world has been ready for who we are for a while now. And everybody else has these things handed to them where we still sit back here going, what about us?
Yeah.
When do we stop getting that giant foot down on our chest every day?
Exactly.
When do we get to step out into the sunlight and say,
yes,
I'm fabulous too?
Well, it starts with us.
I'm
And it started with
be
you,
Butch, be
so-
fabulous, be you.
Yes, I need that.
That's right.
I mean, you can't hide who you are. That's not the way. Let's say that there is a God, okay? He would not, or she would not want you to be stifled. They would not want you to live in a black hole. They would want you to be colorful and be you and get out there and be who you are.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of my gods. Well, you were talking, Kevin. You were talking about Hecate, and I am that she's a part of mine as well. So is Pan. So is Kronos. So is Diane. I mean, I have a lot that I follow. But to me, being pagan and where it came from, being from the earth, because that's actually what paganism believes. We're all from the earth. That's where we belong. This is where we came and where we will go. And
exactly,
my belief is this: if you believe your roots, if you believe that you are animal first and then human, then you will understand that you are pagan. You come from the earth. You are not a man-made religion. You are what the very first religions, okay, was one, and it was paganism. And really what it was just using the thought of something else being able to manipulate and help you gain from the things that are around you. So for me, when I go outside and I play in the sun or the moon, or when it rains and it's nice and warm out, I take off my shoes. I might put on some shorts and just go out and dance in the field. And people look at me strange. But that is the closest at that point that I can get to the gods.
Yeah.
And
Teddy
to the
wants to go sky-clad.
And to the biggest one of all, Mother Earth. Because without Mother Earth, we have nothing. If we don't have her, we have nothing.
That's right.
Tom's really the only one who doesn't know where he stands on this, but we went ahead and added this in since we were talking about paganism and everything. So we went ahead and
what does
everyone.
What does Tom know?
Like I said, I don't know where you stand on this, but I know Dom and Cindy can chime in. So I think we figured we'd bring everybody in.
Before any joke that's said, first off.
Hey, you can all hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Before any joke is said, or anything, because Tom and I joke, I want to say this.
No, we don't. What are you talking about?
Ted, I'm sorry that you went through that. No matter how you feel in life. You said you had a brick and shit like that.
No, see, I don't want you to tell me that, because I'm going to
No,
tell you something
I'm not. But
that is an experience that I needed to go through to open me up to fight harder, stronger, and brighter for the people that are like on this screen.
Yeah. Now, if I saw people like I have family that relates and stuff like that. If I saw that, personally, is where I come from as far as being a straight man and stuff like that. This is why I go and this is why I get silver bracelets. You know what I'm saying? Because I won't even hesitate.
That's right, Jade.
Yes, clauses says diversity makes us better humans. Stifling individuality stifles humanity. Preach it, girl.
That's right.
Love you, girl.
Like I said earlier.
Why isn't Jade in here?
I said earlier tonight when I was in a Zoom call with Dom and Genevieve and everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, what you like, what you believe, what you think. It doesn't matter. We are all people.
People are people, so I should
be. And Robert White says, "Welcome back, Cindy." And hi, Tom.
Come on, people now.
We don't have the right to that song,
Sorry.
We don't have the right to that song.
Well, you got me going in an 80s vibe, so now I'm there.
It turned out to be a really
I almost started singing a song a second ago, and I was like, wait, nope, we don't have the rights to that.
I think this turned out to be a good show, guys.
You just do a little bit at a time, and you're okay.
Oh, a little bit.
little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to say real quick here because I want to welcome Rainbow Soul.
Yes,
You are
I
part
can't.
of the
I'm so
family.
excited.
Lacrosse and
Love you
Izzy.
guys.
It's going to be great to have you guys here with us. I talked to Izzy earlier. It's like,
And-
wow, didn't I see you
already
earlier?
great.
But it's
It's
you know,
fabulous.
yeah.
Izzy is cool people.
Listen,
Yep.
I love all
We are freaking crazy, but you gotta love us.
I love that there are
Like,
so
I'm
many
saying,
different
like, then
things
again,
on
I'm
this
like,
channel
really?
right now, man. We used to be a minority. Now, like, there's so many of us.
Welcome
I'll
to
tell
the
you-
crazy family.
paganism is a growing religion in the United States.
Oh, it is.
And
Yes,
it's been
it
around forever. So it never died.
I'm in a lot of Facebook
We're a
groups,
human,
and
not a race, color, or creed belief system.
I think it's interesting what the young baby witches are asking about. The young baby witches ask questions like, they're kind of cute to me, and I wanna support them. I wanna answer their questions. They ask good questions,
Absolutely.
and including with stuff like astrology and tarot, and and gemstones. Lacrosse knows about that kind of stuff, and dream.
Well, how do you
interpretation
learn?
stuff.
Yes.
How do you
And
learn?
the only
You ask
way-
questions.
Yeah, they answer. They ask some great questions like, is magic just like praying, or is it more like? And I'm like, no, it's more like manifesting in your mind first, and then manifesting in your life.
I was
In
taught-
whatever way the divine feels necessary for you.
And damn it, Chanel, I'm adorable too. I'm just saying.
I was taught
Tom,
this.
Yes,
Tom,
hi,
that's
Chanel.
mine.
Thank
Leave it
you for
alone.
joining us.
No, fuck. Well, I'm sorry.
I
Hell
was
with you.
taught,
Sorry.
when I learned what I do.
Love everything.
All right.
We've gone this whole show without an F word.
I am sorry.
That's
All
why
right.
we have
Yeah.
those buttons,
I
right?
found myself.
To heck with you. How about that? To heck with you.
But
If-
yes,
what I
Izzy,
learned-
back to
what
what
I
you were
learned at the
saying
beginning-
is
I'm sorry. This is going to be the last thing I'm going to say until a question is that what I learned when I started doing at least paranormal investigations and religion, anything I want to choose, is that you cannot be taught. It has to be within your heart.
Right.
And I totally understood that. It was in my guts, and I understood how to talk to her.
Exactly.
it's all about
I think that's a great way to put it, Dom. It's in your guts. Like, man, I can remember being
It really
in
is, like-
church and in Christian church and going, man, why don't I feel right? Like, I don't feel like these people. Like, why am I not crying? Like, these people are crying.
Right.
There was no.
Well, I think
I
there's
have-
a level of empowerment that is coming with it.
Chanel, I have a
Yeah.
gesture for you, but I can't do it right now.
Because Christianity, especially, some other religions too, but Christianity takes people's empowerment away from them. Their belief that they know what's good for them, or their best way to express it, takes that away from them. And so that's one of the jobs, as I think, even for Rainbow Soul, is to re-empower, to hand it back to people, to hand it back to them.
Yes.
Yes.
In my defense, I didn't get the full word
Read
out.
first.
I said "fuh" and I stopped myself there. I'm just saying.
Wait,
All right,
Okay, so-
all right. You're good. You're
So-
good.
This is what Tom's defending himself in. Just in case you guys missed it, Robert said $10
I said
in
"fuh"
swear jar.
and I stopped myself
Everyone
right there
take
because I
that
realized
to
where I was,
Lenny.
and I stopped
Okay.
myself.
Right, Tom,
So-
you're not in my show where there's
So Ted,
Like I
Ted,
said,
Ted.
we have the parental advisory
Ted.
for a reason.
We got a finger. Teddy, it's
Okay.
yours.
All right. The finger means shush.
I knew that. That's why I
Means
pointed
my
to you.
turn. Means my turn.
Get it right.
I wanted to add to what Izzy was saying, because one of the things, and I took theology, a lot of things with some of those man-made and religions and stuff like that, they work on fear. They work on scaring you
Right.
to follow them. And that's not what paganism is. There is no fear within that. They don't teach it. They don't.
Right.
It's even
No.
though the
That's a
Wiccan
good
Creed
point. Yeah.
Even though the Wiccan Creed says,
Yeah.
do what thy will, but harm none, the actual creed is much larger than that. But it was suited just for the new wave of Wicca that came over from overseas. So, there's a lot of things that are misread and misinterpreted, and same with being, Jewish, like with lacrosse. There's a lot of things like what you were talking about with Hebrew. It's if you don't sit down and actually do the research and educate yourself, you won't understand what is actually happening. Because the majority of the Bible that we're getting now, this is probably the 30th version of the Bible, which has got, or if not 100th, that it has different things written and created in it that fit what Christianity wants, not what it originally was.
And
how they want
for the record,
keep in mind that the Bible was written by man.
Exactly.
But also for the
God
record,
said.
right, for the record, before the Nicene Fathers, now the Bible we have, or the Bible that Christians have today, was written by the Nicene Fathers.
Right.
Before that was the anti-Nicene Fathers. You're talking thousands upon thousands of books that were written.
Right.
They decided to grab these and say, this is the Bible and this is what you have to follow.
Yep. Right.
They completely disregarded the thousands of versions that were written. And once again, like you're saying, it's a man-made thing.
But
this is a guy who claimed to be inspired by God. And like I said, I'm a Jew. Moses had millions of people who had to follow him. So he said, look, there's this big guy in the sky. Do shit right, or you know what? He's going to come and give you the whammy. And so there it is in a nutshell. He had to control these people. Now, when you go into the indigenous, or like you said, pagan, we're all from the earth. It's the same thing with the indigenous people.
Indigenous people, I put them in there that they're all the same.
Exactly. Because I even told Izzy the other day, I said, we're all indigenous to somewhere. I'm indigenous to the North and Central America. Now, I'm Jewish. I'm Puerto Rican Jew, which is complicated, but it is what it is. I'm still indigenous also. But
that's where fish tacos came from.
Yeah, thank you. It is. It was the Puerto Ricans. It was us.
Oh my Lord!
But it is.
I don't know. The Mexicans might have something to say about that.
They get the taco part. We got the
tacos.
fish.
Right.
Anyway,
I just want to kind of add to that, but the thing is I'm very eclectic. I follow Buddha. I have Jesus in my repertoire as much as I have Hecate and Pan and Kronos and Zeus. I have everybody, right? This is the thing, is what we're really trying to defeat and overcome is dogma.
Right.
It's all the bullshit that they lied to us to keep us down. We don't need that anymore.
Right.
We are more than that. We don't need people telling us what to think, how to feel, who to judge. And that's the problem. We are now getting more.
Literally watch that movie, Dogma.
Cindy, that was very Jersey.
Well,
Dogma.
my
I
karma
heard it.
ran over your dogma anyway.
Alanis Morissette made a great God.
Yeah, but
She did.
I'll tell you this, though. This is the one thing I never dabble in, and I know Ted hates that word. It's from the first conversation because I've studied everything as we go through. I never, no matter what I believe in, because I'm just a small thing on earth.
Yes, you are.
Truly. I am just.
I'm sorry.
No, yeah. Mute that motherfucker real quick. I am just a small individual.
Oh, you're not in control now, man.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just a small individual on earth. I don't ever mock anyone's religion, even though I don't agree with it.
Right.
Yeah, I was mute.
If it makes you happy, you do that. But don't mock me either for what I do, because if I walk under the stars, is what I say at night, you guys all know what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah. The thing is that, as pagans, as earth worshipers, whatever you want to call it, we have been even confined to not believe that Judaism or Jesus and Christianity, that they're all bad and Jesus isn't good or whatever. That's not true. It's the dogma that keeps us down about Jesus, right? And about God, the Christian God. When people realize that that he is nothing like. They're nothing like what the Bible and everything else says. They'll be like, man, yeah, he's not. He's like us. He likes everybody. He is hysterically funny, right? Yeah. I mean, the thing is if they can only understand the truth of all these gods, goddesses, ascended masters, angels, archangels, if they only understood that they have these cool personalities as well, right? That they're not dogma.
If I'm not even bringing this up on there, you know, I have two things. If you read them, it's related within breathing of Earth and the universe. That's what
I have to buy these things so I can read them.
Are you going to?
I have to buy everyone's
two books.
So the bottom of this, to really just kind of
Ted has 2 books too
for this,
Ted,
is that yes, I do have 2 books. Working on the 3rd and 4th.
I want to read Izzy's book. Okay.
Attention. Ted has 2 books.
Yes, I do. So if you think about this in all sense of the word, bottom line, basic analogy here is that with religion and what we're told with our environment, because that's how it works, is our environment, pretty much social environment, is what guides us to what we do. So if you take paganism and you take Christianity, they both bump heads in so many, attributes of the world. So unfortunately, this one gets mad at this one, and then this one says this, and this one says that. Yeah. What does it sound like to you? It sounds like 7th grade bullshit when you're in high school, and pretty much that's the way some of these cultures and religions and politics or politicians and all that stuff work. They work on creating a part of chaos that doesn't even belong to this world. It's just the way we're thinking animals, and I'll tell you something. That's what's killing us.
They create a bunch of horse shit that doesn't need to be here.
We shouldn't be thinking so much and just accept who we are and what we are and what we do, and just accept the fact that the flowers are pink and purple and green, and just don't make fun of my mom. Just do it.
Yeah. Don't make fun of my mom right there. She spelled gypsy wrong. Not that I'm calling you out. I have 2 books, but you spelled that bitch wrong. Come on. You're in the next room.
I'm currently 2 books right now.
I'm probably the oldest one here. So hey, I'm probably the oldest one here.
I'm your favorite.
So don't pick on your mom. I will beat your ass, boy.
Yeah, we'll both get you, Dom. But both sides of you, Dom, will get you.
Listen, not only on both sides of you, I'll come up from underneath you and I'll get you. I'm just saying.
You got all of us. We're going to work up.
What's great about
This is like
I am the bottom bitch. What am I going to do,
What's great about all we do.
I know that we don't have anyone going on.
One at a time.
So we can run long, but I feel the need to run another commercial. So let's go ahead and continue on with the conversation. I'm going to run a merchandise commercial real quick, and then we'll be right back.
Why don't you run T-Roy's?
Because I don't have it. I didn't download it.
Get it on there right now.
Okay. I got to do a potty break. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, Lacrosse.
All right,
yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE-DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab, and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-
There you go. I got him.
Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE-DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-
We really want t-shirts. We love it.
So
Look, Ted has
the commercial didn't work. Sorry, guys.
Ted has
like I said,
2
the
books.
storms are really messing us up. Look, does that look like Tom has 2 books?
Those are my books.
Yes,
I
they
know,
are.
I shared them too just now.
That's why I said Ted has 2 books.
It's
Right here.
Oh.
Don has 2
Ready?
books.
Oh,
Right
this has
here.
2 books.
Attention, attention. Ted has 2 books.
Oh wait, I'm under Don now. Poke, poke,
I
poke.
told you I had 2.
Tom has no books.
Dom has 2 books right there.
Tom has many
there
videos,
it
though.
is.
I'm just saying.
Tom has 2 books.
I like the
Anybody
fact
else? 2 books. 2 books going
I was
once.
trying-
2 books going twice. We have no more 2 books.
And here we see the back of Teddy's head while he shakes in
before
Dis-
19 minutes
disarray.
of commercials that we got, like, because I get in trouble for it every week. I'm just gonna talk.
Well,
some
that's
shit.
because you play 19 minutes of commercials.
I know. I bet. I don't know what to do with that. I want to say this. I thank you all that we are a community as far as like being
Yeah.
human beings, and we get to hang out after hours and like
I'm a
work
human being.
together. And I love it. Tom, no shit. No
Yeah,
shit.
I
All
am.
right.
I swear to God.
Yeah. But I thank you all for just
I
being.
really am thankful for getting to know all of you guys. I would have never been able to meet any of you guys.
I
Meet any of you
know.
guys if it weren't for Baba Biggins. I mean, to be honest, he is the one that introduced us to Teddy because of Hillbilly from the Holler. So
And
thank you, Baba Biggins.
and had
if
it
you're watching
had it not
this.
been for Teddy, I wouldn't have met anybody that I know now on here. You know,
That's right. Teddy Poo Poo.
and
Think I loved you.
And I really-
even to go
really
even
feel
to go
like
back
you guys
further,
are like friends. It's not like your
even to go back
family,
further,
like-
had it not been for Kenny Biddle, I wouldn't have met Teddy.
I saw that you're
Oh, right.
Who's Kenny Biddle?
Oh,
Kenny Biddle?
The skeptical help bar.
Kenny Biddle.
Yeah, on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Skeptical help bar. I should know this. I'm sorry, guys. I work Fridays and Saturday nights, so I do not get to catch much on
Oh,
Fridays and Saturday nights.
I love you, brother. Yeah, no, Kenny Biddle on Friday night.
I'm sorry, guys.
Kenny
Hi,
Biddle was
Kenny, if
awesome.
you're watching.
Sorry, Kenny. He is
I love
sorry.
Kenny. He is an awesome
love
person. He really is. Him and his wife Donna, they're both awesome.
Last year, you're awesome. You're wonderful. Fabulous.
Well, just so all of you know,
anybody get Robert? Can we hear 3 books? Anyone? Well, Teddy said he has 3 and 4 coming out. So.
yeah.
Teddy's working on it.
I
Ted, you were
just
saying?
wanted
Looks
to say,
like our drag grandma's here.
There you
Welcome,
go,
My
Richard
drag
Turner.
mom.
welcome, Richard Turner.
Yeah.
That's
Hi, Mom.
Lacrosse's drag mom. Jade DeVere is my mom.
Yep.
Right.
That's awesome.
Drag.
And Jade
We're-
DeVere
yeah.
is my drag sister,
Yeah.
Jade is awesome. I love Jade.
which is
Yeah, so we're kind of
my
drag
nephew.
family.
Hi, Richard.
That's so-
You can always catch us on playbacks on WLFE-DB.com.
That's right.
You can also catch us on Everything Nothing on Facebook or at Everything Nothing on Facebook.
That's right,
and
honey.
of course, YouTube and everywhere else we check. Oh,
Yep.
I don't have the banner up, so let me put the banner back up. You can catch us on LGBTQ Friends on stream.
Ted.
And
I just want to
Okay, go
say
from
here
here.
that if it wasn't for COVID, I would a lot of us wouldn't have met because COVID is what brought all of us together. And so even though
That's what I
COVID
say.
was such a bad thing, guess what? It did create something. It created new friendships and new relationships.
That's right.
That's right. It
It's
introduced
actually in the
Drunk Tom
stars.
to WLFE. I mean, come on.
It
Who
was
doesn't
in
love
the
Drunk
stars,
Tom?
friends.
yeah,
COVID was in the
it's
stars.
horrible and everything. It is horrible, but
I mean,
I
how many
was
times
like
was
totally
Drunk
had
Tom
no
on?
idea about any of this, and then COVID had it, and then I ended up on my own podcast show. So
That's right.
thank you, Cobra.
COVID was, yeah, and COVID's in the stars, everybody. You should all know that. It's in astrology. Most astrologers agree that it's in the stars. It was written in the stars, and it will continue. We'll be on this ride till 2023.
Well, I think that this
Oh,
is
really?
important.
Mhm.
I did not know that, Izzy.
I appreciate Teddy saying that, because one of the things that I like to say is to be grateful for what you have in your life.
Right.
And instead of looking at the negativity about your life or what you may be going through, you need to always find the positivity. And so many people want to be down with COVID, but I'm like, dudes, come on now. There's so much to be grateful for with COVID. You really got to learn about yourself. You got to learn.
Everybody needs this coffee cup.
Oh, Teddy, I was talking and you were rude.
Sorry.
The poo-poo.
I know.
Look, had it not been for COVID, I would have never met you guys. I would have never been on here. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for having my friendship with Teddy, with Cindy, with Dom, with everybody.
Yeah.
You guys are all awesome. I've always loved all of you.
Much love to brother. Same. If it wasn't for a guest that didn't show up, like with Ted one day, because I'm the one that wrote him one day. No, honestly,
I was one of those guests that didn't show up for Ted.
I told him, I said I would love to do a poetry. I've never did a poetry thing, and if it wasn't for Ted, I wouldn't be here right now.
Of course, my excuse was commendable. I'm just saying, I was at the hospital with my dad.
With your father, I understand. I get it.
But
it's all part of the human evolution.
That's right.
Look at what you started. You have probably went from very little to what you have now, and you've also started something that you've always said and that you wanted to do, which was change the outlook of what people think and feel and what we go through and all this and that. And we're doing that for you on your show on WLFE-DB.
Okay, Mama Patricia, this is T-Roy's line, so you're still in it. Just saying. Love ya, but still.
Well, I just think that overall,
and Patricia is proudly wearing a necklace that her son bought her. I'm not going to say anymore.
Check that comment.
Yes, you said something about that necklace earlier. So, Dom, you need to get a picture of that necklace so you can show it to everybody, since it's been twice now on the show. Just saying.
Don't embarrass Dom.
Patricia, you're my C&B. I'm just saying.
What's C&B?
If you think about the necklace that she got, yes, we'll figure it out.
Well, Dom hasn't shown the necklace, so we don't know.
Wait, CNB?
Oh, are you really going to make me call it out in front of him? I'm not going to do it.
She's watching in the next room.
I'm not going to do it. She'll type it out. I guarantee she will.
I know, but I'm not to attack the comment.
CNB in the house. What's that mean?
Trucks and balls in the house.
That's what I'm thinking, Cindy.
Talking balls.
No matter what I do, I'm gonna get fired. No matter what, the next day, even if.
Listen, you love us. You know you love us. Don't even try.
Well, I'm gonna leave this chaos.
No, you're not, Teddy Poo Poo.
Yes, I'm going away.
You have to stay until the end because I'm about to head out too.
Chaos, that's a different guy altogether.
Yeah, guys, it's actually time that we're 23 minutes over. So thank you all for joining. We can go for all night long with y'all. We're gonna go ahead and kick y'all out first. Before we go. We have to know, Rainbow Soul, when is your debut show? How do we find you and where do we get you?
Are you ready for this? Are you ready? We are premiering on Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday, 8 to 10 p.m. 8 to 10 p.m. Hopefully we'll be able to get that through, Ted. Do you think we can do it by Easter Sunday, Ted? Yeah, all right. We're going to do it for Easter Sunday, all right?
That's my 50th birthday,
That's April 4th, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern time?
Yeah.
That's 8 to 10 Eastern time.
You people are all from the East Coast. We're Central, so we're in the Midwest. So that's 8 to 10 Eastern time, right?
That's it.
East Coast.
I'm on Mountain Time. I'm up in the Rocky Mountains, Colorado.
Oh,
Philadelphia.
You're up in Colorado.
I'm in Pennsylvania, but I'm a Jersey boy stuck in Pennsylvania.
Wait, where in Pennsylvania?
I'm in Lancaster.
I'm in Philadelphia.
Ah, shit. You're not that far. You're like
No,
an hour
not at all.
15.
Okay, wait. So
Coming up
8 to
tomorrow.
10 p.m.
Right up there.
I'm sorry?
Which time zone is it, Rainbow?
We got to
Soul?
hang out.
8 to
Eastern.
10
It's
p.m.
8
Eastern
Eastern.
Standard Time.
Thank you, Eastern.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah,
and catch
because
it,
once
but
you
I will
go
still
to
be
the
celebrating
mountain
my
coast,
birthday.
nobody
I'm
knows
sorry.
what that is.
It's a great way to honor your Sunday.
Until I hit Colorado.
Honor my 50th birthday on.
Yes, Ted.
Anyways, just so you also know too, that Rob White, who's in Australia, if you look at his comments, his show will be starting with us soon too. It's called Rocks by Rob.
Are you
Or Rocked
serious?
by Rob. So he's going to be joining us as well.
So
That is
that is
awesome.
quite all
That
of the
is very
rock
awesome.
references.
Now it's time to
Say goodbye to all our family.
MIC.
Once again, Cindy, we don't
K-I.
have the right to that song.
I have no idea. My speakers are blown.
Because we love you.
WLFE-DB.com.
WLFE-DB Radio, where our shows are your shows.
There you go. Tom, you have the voice for this. Why don't you just
I
do all
do.
the voiceover? Well,
WLFE-DB Radio, where our shows are your shows.
You forgot the dash.
You do
WLFE-DB Radio.
All right. WLFE-DB Radio, where our
Radio.
shows are your shows.
I said radio.
Do it one time. You got it.
You want me to do it again?
Yeah, just no. Hit it
All
with the radio thing. You got it.
Chanel, you're exactly right. All of my children are insane.
WLFE-DB Radio, where our
I don't hear your voice.
You know, people need to stop talking when I'm doing it.
I love you, girl.
Damn.
Are you talking, Tom? Are you trying to say something, Tom?
I was trying to do the call letters of the damn station.
Tom. Well, then come on, Tom. I'm waiting, Tom.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are we going to do it?
Yes, Tom.
Ready?
Better than a hitter.
Yep.
WLFE-DB Radio, where our shows are your shows.
Awesome.
Where our shows are unedited and madder than the Hatter.
Tom, I love you
According to
so
Robert
much.
Lyon.
I'm giving you the clap, baby. That's
He
Stop
sounded
clap.
Tom, you sounded so good. I was waiting for by Blammo right after that.
WLFE-DB Radio, where our shows are
If
your
you want to
shows.
hang out,
By Blammo.
By Blammo.
The old Ren and Stimpy.
Hang out.
What rolls
Yes, if you wanna
downstairs,
hang out,
downstairs was over your neighbor's dog.
Here we go. Adios. I'm not working. Off my finger.
Bye.
Get off my finger.
if you have 5 on your
Thank
finger.
you. I love you guys.
WLFE-DB Radio.
I'll be
I'm
in the back
back.
waiting. I'll be in the back waiting.
Right.
Me
I
too.
thought it was okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, Tom.
I'm still here.
Bye, Ted.
Okay,
So
bye.
you stay on here while we say goodbye? Nope. That's good.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Peace and love.
Well, Lacrosse, you stay on here while we say
I'm trying
goodbye.
to
So
say
you're going to get to
goodbye.
say goodbye with us.
I'm trying to say goodbye.
Anyway,
Bye.
thank you for watching Everything Yet Nothing. Thank you very much for watching WLFE-DB Family. If you want to check any of us out whatsoever, please look it up, WLFE-DB.com, and we are all over YouTube, Facebook, you name it, we're there. Just type it in.
Yep.
But yeah, peace and love to each and every one of yous. Next Thursday is a country artist that has tons of gold records and #1 hits and just crazy. So please tune in next
Bob Monday, he is
Thursday.
the Ozark Mountain Jubilee CEO since 1955.
Yes.
So catch us next Thursday at 10 p.m., 9 p.m. Central Time on Everything Yet Nothing, WLFE-DB.com.
Thank you
Have
for
a great
joining
night.
T-Roy and a special guest here on Everythin Yet Nothin. Tune in next Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central for another episode you won't want to miss. Until next time, be a rainbow in someone's life.